And on to Kenya now, where ahead of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation taking place in Beijing later this year, delegates from China and Africa are meeting to review the impact of the standard gauge railway line connecting the capital Nairobi to the port city of Mombasa. The two-day summit is focusing on the SGR as a case study for China-Africa infrastructure cooperation. Here's CGTN's Robert Nagila with that report.
Delegates from the China-Africa Cooperation Seminar on a tour of Kenya's flagship project, the standard gauge railway, which took 2 years to complete. The conference is part of the 7 Seminars in 7 African Countries initiative ahead of the FOCAC summit in Beijing in September, looking at investment, financing and industrialization among others. The 6th seminar is being held in Nairobi and takes the SGR as a case study in China-Africa infrastructure cooperation. The 470-kilometer rail line connects the port city of Mombasa and the capital Nairobi and cost $4 billion to construct.
Its implementation required a huge investment in terms of funds, land acquisition, and human capital. It took 4 years of negotiation with the Chinese government, and eventually the government of Kenya made a decision to adopt the Chinese standards for the SGR.
The project is part of China's Road and Belt initiative to open up markets in Africa by linking them to Beijing through infrastructural projects.
Mombasa and Nairobi SGR is an important early harvest of the Belt and Road Initiative and the 10 major cooperation plans of FOCAC, and an exemplary project of China-Africa cooperation. It fully reflects and demonstrates the guiding principles of China-Africa cooperation in the new era.
It is of great importance to review the achievements and the experience of China-Africa infrastructure cooperation with the example of Mombasa-Nairobi SGR, and study the role and impact of infrastructure cooperation on Africa's development and industrial transformation.
Delegates were also given a train ride, visiting 2 new stations and showcasing the modern marvel traversing the Kenyan landscape. Kenya is being used as a test case for other African countries. It's not just about a modern, efficient railway transport system, but one that can also spur economic growth. Nagila, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.